Alright, cool. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is going over exactly how to get you from the failing part of the West, maybe in the UK, the USA, wherever you currently are right now. This is just a full A to Z process to get you from where you are right now to moving to Thailand as a full-time nomad, retiree, whatever it may be. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So first off, I'm going to sell you on why Thailand in the first place. Well, number one, the cost of living in Thailand is a lot lower. So let's just say you're making 2 to 3K a month, whether it be online or just passively. That's all you really need to thrive. Just because like 2 or 3K a month, that's already like maybe 6 to 9K a month, just because it's 3 times cheaper out here than back home in the States, which means you're able to save a lot more, spend a lot more, and just get a lot more bang for your buck. And that's obviously the number one reason. The number two is that the women here are mostly not brainwashed by the Western type of propaganda. So they're a lot more feminine, they're traditional, they cook, they clean. They're very simple creatures. They just like to watch Netflix, eat, sleep, repeat, that type of stuff. They're not just changing on all of these different hormones each and every single day. They're not just flooded with their brains, or they're not flooding their brains with all this propaganda that they need to be this girl boss, that they need to serve the world, even though they might not have anything to offer, and all these types of things. Then number three is that the weather is absolutely phenomenal most of the year, with the only downside being rain season. But for myself and a few other people, it's not really that much of a downside. It's more of like a time to lock in, because it's raining so much. The only thing to do is work, so it's totally okay for me. But if you don't like the rain, if you're scared of getting wet, just maybe move to a different part of Thailand when that happens, because like they happen at different times. So if it's happening in Bangkok, it probably won't be happening in Koh Samui, so just go over there for a little bit. Then of course, being surrounded by people who are levels above you is ultimately one of the most important things as well, because it's a cliche saying, but you are the average of the 5 people you hang around. So like in your hometown right now, you're probably hanging around Bob, Joe, Thomas, Ethan, and a few other people who are just working a 9 to 5. They're encouraging you to drink, go out clubbing with them, to spend all of your hard-earned money grinding in the wrong direction, and you're just going to be ultimately stuck. But compared to living out here and surrounding yourself with people that are levels above you, already in the position that you want to be in, already living the dream life out here in Thailand, it's just inevitable that you'll be able to live that dream life for yourself as well, being able to learn exactly what vehicles they're in, what skills they have, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis in order to create an income out here to be able to live in Thailand full time. And then, of course, with Thailand, the energy and the frequency here is absolutely peak, and you have full freedom. There's nowhere else in the world like Thailand. I've been to Dubai, Malaysia, Philippines, now Vietnam. Vietnam's actually not too bad, by the way. And then, a few at Bali. I've been to a few other places, and out of all of the places I've been, I've stayed more than 2 weeks in each of these places, and Thailand is still number one on my list. And I think the reason is just because like in like Dubai, for example, of course, it's very, very classy, very luxurious, but it's obviously a little bit more expensive, which is okay, but it's more of like, it feels like your parents are kind of watching you all of the time. There's a lot of rules, which is cool as well. It's great. It just depends on like what part of life you're in. Like maybe if you have a family, you prioritize safety over freedom, then Dubai is probably the best place to go. But I mean, for like myself right now, there's nothing really like being on shrooms, driving in Koh Samui with your shirt off, no helmet, no license, no health insurance. I mean, of course, that's not smart, but still, that's just some ultimate dad lore. So yeah, it's just peak frequency, peak energy, and it's just the best place to be in your 20s, to be honest. And it's not like the UK or the USA, where if you walk down the street, like let's just say one of my roommates, one of my best friends, Jake, he has a 65K AP. If he's walking down, he's not from London, but he's pretty close. But if he was just walking down the street, just bam, chopped off his arm just completely, just be gone. Probably be in the sewers floating down the pipes, but yeah, I mean, it's just not safe at all, especially if you have kids, if you have a family, if you have friends. You might just all have no arms anymore. There's no more high fives. They're just headbutting each other just because that's all they have left. So, in Thailand, it's a lot safer. I've literally left my wallet like on the floor or on a table, and it was gone for like 30 minutes. Came back and it was still right there. But even in Malaysia, it's not even that safe. Like, I left my wallet, my entire bag, my phone on the table when I went to go use the bathroom, and the guy was eating out with Josh, who's also in high ticket sales. I came back and he was like, "Yo, man, thank you for trusting me with your stuff." I was like, what do you mean? It's just right here." He's like, "Yeah, bro, don't leave your stuff here. It's like crazy. People just take your stuff." And that's, of course, because there's some DQs that live in India as well. But we're getting a little bit off topic here. Basically, it's just a lot more safer in Thailand. So we'll go over exactly how to move to Thailand as well. Starting off like figuring out which part of Thailand suits you the best. We're gonna go over each different part or city or province, whatever it's called. I always get kind of confused on like how they even separate these. But starting off with number one, which is my favorite, is Bangkok. And I personally think Bangkok is the best place for locking in, networking, and building up and leveling up your income just because, there's still a lot of distractions, but if it's just you, your apartment, your laptop, there's nothing else to do but work and level up yourself, your income, financially, all that type of stuff. But yeah, Bangkok is like one of the biggest cities on the planet. It's got so many people. It's very condensed. There's a lot of pollution though, but if you got strong lungs, you'll be perfectly fine. But then number two, Koh Samui. This is one of the most beautiful islands on Earth. It's the best place to create content. Driving on your bike with the shirt off, working out at the wood beach where you like work out with insanely big weights that are made out of wood. Driving bikes, taking shrooms. This is just like peak life maxing is happening at Koh Samui, but it's not the best for locking in. Just because there's so much to enjoy at Koh Samui, you just can't really force yourself to lock in just because you're like 5 minutes from the beach. You can just go for a drive and go hit the gym with the shirt off on the beach. I mean, there's so many different things to do. Then with Chiang Mai, this is more of that mountain lifestyle, just driving through the mountains with a beer and some shrooms. I don't know. I mean, Chiang Mai seems pretty boring to me. I've been there like once or twice. It's just not really that much to do. Maybe it's good for isolation if you just want to sit there and meditate all day. It is a little bit cheaper. I can't say that, but other than that, it's pretty boring. Then next up, we have Pattaya. Pattaya is just full of Indians, DQs, filthy beaches full of prostitutes. And this is actually where I tried dog meat for the first time on accident, by the way. It was when I was like completely broke. My one of the best students I've had living at Chandian, who went from 0 to 41K in 63 days. This was like when me and him were like level 0. It was like 2023. We went to Pattaya, and we were both on a very tight budget. So we were walking around looking for something to eat. We were both craving steak. So like, okay, we need to find the cheapest steak possible. So mind you, we were walking along the street food, and we saw this menu. It was like popping up on the stand. It was like a 200 baht steak. And we were like, oh my God, what a deal for some ribeye steak, 200 baht. And when they delivered us the food, it sat there. We could already tell something was off. And then we took a little nibble, and that thing barked. That thing was barking inside the stomach. We knew immediately it was dark. We just threw it. We knew immediately it was dog. So we just threw it away. We left it, paid, and left. Yeah, Pattaya is just ultimately gross. But yeah, moving on, Phuket. It's basically a little bit bigger than Koh Samui with bigger hills. So it's like a very big island. This is like one of the top tourist destinations of all of Thailand is Phuket. I'm not really sure why. You can ride elephants there. It's pretty much literally just like it's literally like Koh Samui and Chiang Mai combined. Then last but not least, Hua Hin. This place is really good for like locking in with your friends, more time maxing. It's really just a combination of Chiang Mai and Samui as well, and it is on the beach, so it's not too bad. It's not an island. It's a little bit southwest. Yeah, southwest of Bangkok, so it's only like a 2-hour drive to get here. So this one's like pretty convenient if you just want to escape the city. Hua Hin is a very good place to go. But yeah, why I chose Bangkok in the first place, it is very, very simple. So number one, it just forces you to lock in, like I said. Like it's literally just like creating a prison for yourself to make a lot of money very quickly. Everyone is scaling. Like in this picture right here, everyone's at least 15 to 20K plus a month. But yeah, I mean, just being able to surround yourself with people that are levels above you income-wise, physically, mentally, and have just done a lot more things and are a lot more experienced in life, it's just an ultimate game changer compared to surrounding yourself with people that are at the same level as you or levels below you where you're the best in the room. So it's like that one cliche saying, like if you're in the smartest, the richest, the strongest in the room, you're in the wrong room. So yeah, with everyone scaling, you just don't want to be left behind. You want to do as much as you can to keep up and to scale as well. And as well as with Bangkok, they have the best gyms for boxing. I'm training for my first fight still. Hopefully it happens before I pass away. And then yeah, most of the high tables here. It's like our in-person network of like 100 people out here in Bangkok. Just smoking cigars like this, sparring, going on trips to Pattaya, Koh Samui, wherever we go. We're definitely not going to Pattaya. I'm not sure why I said that, but yeah, just being able to hang around like-minded people, it's great, texting, calling, having Zoom calls, communities, but just nothing compares compares to having an in-person kind of community, like a family, like a brotherhood, where you're able to like hit each other in the face, talk business, life, advice, all this type of stuff. You know, just like the average of the people you're surrounded around will be able to shape your reality, whether it's for the better or for the worse. But yeah, with Bangkok, I will say the temptation is very strong, and I mean for anything, whether it be weed, alcohol, prostitutes, hookers, massages, I mean anything in the wrong direction. It's really like a double-edged sword. Like you can make the most money you can, or you could spend all of your money and have to go home. So it's a really big double-edged sword. You just have to choose which side of the coin you're going to focus on, because what you focus on is what will grow. Because if you get one massage, one drink, one joint, you're just going to be slipping away and grinding in the wrong direction. But yeah, with Bangkok, I really love the chaos of all of it. You know, all the traffic, people swerving in and out of the cars on their bikes. It's just very quick, very high pace, and that's what comes down to the last point I'm going to make here, is that living in Bangkok has some sort of growth factor, where one day in Bangkok equates to 3 to 5 days back in my hometown. And the reason this is the case because everything gets done so quick. You can order food right to your doorstep. You can go to the gym in 2 minutes. Everything is just so condensed. We can get things done a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently, which is very, very important, especially if you're trying to scale as fast as possible. Now we're going to be going over exactly how to move here in the first place, which is the title of this video. So first up, what I'd recommend is to save at least 5 to 10K USD and or have 2K a month coming in online. Just because like with 10K you buy yourself, or 5 to 10K you buy yourself 3 to 6 months of time to be able to figure it out. But if you have 2K a month coming in, no matter what, you're going to be absolutely chilling either way. But yeah, I mean, for myself, I came out here with $1,500 USD to my name, no income whatsoever, and I made it after like 2 or 3 months of, you know, being in the trenches. And you know, with going through those times, it did shape me to where I am today. I'm very grateful for those times, being completely broke, having to fast for 110 hours, and just doing whatever it took to be able to get through those times. You know, it just helped me become and level up and get that character development and dad lore. But yeah, with the visa as well, don't worry about it. It's very simple. Just come here. That's it. You get 60 days automatically. This is like for you if you're in the US or the UK. I'm not sure about like India or any other place. But for those two countries, you get 60 days automatically. And then after those 60 days are up, you can get an additional 30 days, which is 90 days in total. And then after those 90 days, you just have to leave Thailand, come back the next day, next week, 2 weeks. And then you get another 60 days, can extend for another 30. And you kind of get the idea. You can only do that 2 times a year before you have to end up getting a long-term visa. But yeah, other than that, right when you come here, you need to set up some sort of Airbnb, a hotel for at least 4 to 7 days to kind of suss out the area to make sure that this is where you actually want to be. Because I've seen people come to Thailand, and this just isn't for them, which is totally okay. You know, everyone has their own ideal type of lifestyle, their type of place they want to live, what the vibe should be like. And sometimes Bangkok or Thailand just isn't it. That's okay. So at least just stay here for like 4 days to 7 days just to kind of suss out the area. And suss out, I kind of got that word from all the Australians that I take sales calls with. And just basically feel it out. And if you don't like the area, you can change it. Like if you don't like the city, go to Koh Samui. If you don't like a beach, go to Chiang Mai with the mountains. I mean, there's so many different options available to you out here in Thailand. But when you are looking for long-term places, like let's just say you love Thailand, you want to stay here for the rest of your life, or at least for like the long term, just go on Facebook Marketplace, as it has the best places available. And sometimes you can even find the owners of these places and cut out a deal, because usually it is 6 to 12 months, like for a lease, for an apartment, for a villa, whatever it may be. But for example, my very first place that I only got it for 5 months because I got in direct contact with the owner and not the agency, which was absolutely goated. But yeah, last but not least, you want to make sure to never send anyone any money before seeing the item or the place. For example, myself, I got scammed to like $500 to buy a PS5. That was my fault. That was actually super stupid what I did. I was like very sleepy after a very long, hard day of sales calls. And I was thinking to myself, oh, I really want a PS5. You know, I made like 2K today. Why not just spend $500 on a PS5? So that was like my budget. And I was looking on Facebook Marketplace in bed, and I just saw one, messaged him. He's like, yeah, it's $500. You can send. I'll deliver it right now. I was like, sounds good. Boop, send $500. Bam, blocked. I was blocked. And it was over from there. But yeah, that's just one story. And then one of my friends, he was trying to find a long-term place, like a condo, and he sent the 3-month deposit, and then bam, they were gone. And that's because, he never went in person to go look at the place. He never verified that this person was that person that they met in person, and it was just this whole situation. So always make sure you meet these people in person before you ever send any money, whether it be the item or the place that you're going to live. Now going over the best location to live in Bangkok, Koh Samui, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, I'm not really sure. But with Bangkok, I know. Okay, this is my expertise right here. So right here, this is where I live. You guys can come knock on my door if you know which floor I live on. But yeah, right here is literally where I live, is the best location in Bangkok. All of my friends live here. The best gyms are here. Muay Thai, boxing, cigar lounges. Everything is right here. Like all of these hearts that you see, or all of the places that everyone goes that I like, that my friends like. So literally right here, I can't really zoom in, but this is like the Prom area, Ekamai, Thong Lor, and I think I'm missing one. But literally just anywhere around M Sphere, M Courtier, which are the two main malls, just find a place around there. Anything within 2 kilometers, I'd say, is like the max. But anything outside of that, you're going to be traveling 15 to 30 minutes just to hang out with the bros. But yeah, some more tips and expectations about coming out here to Thailand. Your dopamine is going to be absolutely peaked. It's going to be cooked for the first 1 to 2 months, just because, like, especially for myself, being from a very small town, it's very predictable. Coming out here to Bangkok was like a whole new world. Super tall skyscrapers, everything insane, new people, new foods, new type of vibes, new weather. You're just going to be absolutely fried, which is okay. It's very fun. And then as well as cash is absolutely key, even though you'll be fine without it. Like for myself, I lost my wallet about 6 months ago in Malaysia, and all I've had to pay for stuff is this little bad boy right here. It's a little tap pay. That's all I've had. Now, of course, I can just Zelle my friends or send money to my friends via crypto, and they can just give me cash. So I've done that sometimes. But even though I'm traveling out here to Vietnam, Thailand, all you really need is tap pay, some type of card, and you'll be fine. But cash is still very good, very convenient compared to having to type in their account numbers to send money to people that, usually you can just pay with cash and it's done. Next up, your discipline will be tested to the max, just because, like we talked about earlier, it is a double-edged sword being in Thailand or anywhere in Southeast Asia for the matter, just because, like, with all the good, there's obviously a lot of bad, a lot of temptations that will destroy your life, your finances, your physical well-being. So it's very important that you're disciplined and you know what you're doing and why you're even out here in the first place. Because without any purpose, you're going to start living with pleasure, and you're not going to know exactly what to do each and every single day. When you don't know what to do, you'll find things to do, and those things that you find might not be the best thing to do and might grind you in the complete wrong direction. Then fourth up on the list, cash flow is an absolute must. If you have no cash flow and you have very little savings, or you run out of savings, you're going to have to go back home or eat bugs in the streets with the ladyboys. So you need to figure out a way to get some cash coming in the door, or else you won't make it. It's as simple as that. I think it was 2023 in October. I saw like 15, 20 people come out here to Thailand with all the same dream to be able to live there full time. And 94%, 95% of them had to go back home. And that's because they just didn't know why they come out here in the first place. They were just going and getting into the hype of like, oh, let's all move to Thailand and start business. And with that hype, they lacked clarity. And with the lack of clarity of what their goals were and what actions they had to take, they were just lost in the sauce. They moved straight to Koh Samui. They didn't move to Bangkok, which meant they just got super distracted. They chilled out way too much and didn't do any meaningful actions that helped them move the needle forward in terms of getting some sort of income online. So if you're under 10K a month right now, Bangkok is definitely the best place to go. And then after you get to 10K a month and beyond, start exploring just as a reward for yourself. And also, last but not least, stay away from the street food and tap water, as you'll be throwing up for multiple days or weeks. Now moving on to some important matters. The tools of Thailand. What you need on your phone to be able to navigate and ease your way into living in Thailand. Number 1. Grab and or Bolt. I don't really use Bolt at all anymore. Sorry about that. But yeah, with Grab, you can literally order food. You can go from point A to point B. You can get your groceries, your water, your food, If you order something on Facebook Marketplace and you don't feel like going all the way to pick it up, you can just order Grab Express and they'll go do all that for you and deliver it right to your doorstep. So yeah, with Grab, it's just an absolute cheat code. You can do anything you want. You can go anywhere. You can order anything whenever you want, and it just comes there within 20 to 30 minutes, and it's stupid cheap in terms of the delivery fee, so don't worry about that. As well as it's just a lot. It's just an ultimate game changer compared to having to go to the store, park your car, go look for food, pack your shopping cart, pay, go fill up your car with the food, put the cart back, drive back home, unload the food, store it. It just takes like 2-3 hours, just a complete waste of time. With Grab, it's done. They go get your food, they bring it to you, you eat it, and that's it. But of course, if you have groceries, it's a different story. But I don't even use groceries except like water, toilet paper, the basic stuff. But it just doesn't make any sense not to just order dinner, breakfast, lunch, coffees, waters every single day just because it's so cheap, so convenient, and it saves you a lot of time. And with that time that you get back, you can spend it on making more money. Ultimate game changer. Next up, Lazada and Shopee. I haven't really used Shopee, but I know my friends have. They're basically just a Thailand's version of Amazon. Anything you can think of, whether it be supplements, chairs, tables, TVs, PS5, phones, you name it. Everything A to Z, consumer-wise, it's on this app. And they deliver very quickly as well, and sometimes you can get very good deals. But yeah, this is just where you get everything A to Z, very cheap, and very easy to use as well. Then next up, Bumble and or Tinder. This is just the apps for the local cuisine. Tinder has a lot more sausages, be warned. I found the current girlfriend, the way I found the current girlfriend I have now was through Bumble. I tried Tinder at first, and that's when I started making Ladyboy or Not videos on YouTube, which did very well. I might make them again in the future. But yeah, Bumble is a lot better. Stay away from Tinder, and yeah, those are the main two dating apps to use. Then number 4, the currency converter app. I didn't really think I'd be using this that much, but I really do use it every day, not only in Thailand, but in Malaysia, Vietnam. You just want to know how much stuff costs. And not just for the fact you're worried about how much it is, but just for curiosity. 3 days ago I got a haircut, and it was 250K Vietnam dongs. And I was looking on how much that was, and I think it was $3 or $4. Because I paid with the tip and stuff. So before the tip it was $3 or $4, which is a complete game. It's insane. But yeah, Remitly as well. It's a very good app. I just used this today. Important announcement, guys. I successfully passed the modafinil side quest. Check it out. So yeah, as you guys know, with modafinil, I like to use that, every once in a while, 2 to 3 times a week for locking in if I have a lot of work, and I took it today just for the love of the game. But yeah, I ran out maybe 5 days ago, and they have no snus out here, no nicotine, so the only way I've been keeping alive and to keep grinding is just through caffeine alone. And you know how hard that is. It's just I'm basically a potato. So what I did, and this is a genius plan, by the way, I'd highly recommend doing this plan. So I was thinking, how do people get modafinil without ordering it from the UK from some shady supplier? I'm okay, they need a prescription. And I was looking around, I was okay, there's a doctor's place right here. The plan was to just go to the doctor's, and preface, last night I live streamed for 3 hours until 12 a.m. And then I was talking to my girlfriend until 1 a.m. and I had a call at 6 a.m. So I only got 4 to 5 hours of sleep. And that wasn't on accident. That was on purpose. So that way, when I went to the doctor's today, I look tired. I'm a little bit sleep deprived. I still am a little bit. You can kind of see in my under eyes and how I'm kind of speaking to the camera today. But yeah, basically, I used the power of sales to sell the doctor that I need modafinil. And I said a few other things as well. I was okay. And yeah, I was in Thailand. I was very sleepy. I was dealing with all of this stuff, being sleepy throughout the day, and nothing's fixing it. And in Thailand, they prescribed me modafinil. And she's okay. How much did you take? I was pay me maybe 2 or 3 times a week, just 100 mg. She's okay, cool. Yeah, we can just work this out for you. And bam, we got modafinil. It's very cheap as well. But yeah, the only way I was able to get modafinil, by the way, I don't have any cash like I told you guys, they didn't take card, so I had to use Remitly. And with Remitly, you can just use your own American bank account, your UK bank account to send in dong bought whatever it is to the local currency, so that way you can just directly deposit into their account, so that way you don't need cash and you're chilling. Then last but not least, Line or WhatsApp to communicate with the locals, with the girls, with the people that you're buying stuff from on Facebook, on whether it be a place you're staying at or an item you're looking to buy, or you can get Telegram for the bros. Most of the guys, most of my friends right now, we all have Telegram. But yeah, other than that, here's a picture of me and my girlfriend. I was going to use this for the slideshow, but I didn't have anywhere that made sense to put these pictures, so you can admire them. But yeah, other than that, guys, it's been a very long day, as you guys can tell. I've been up since like 6 a.m. Got a lot of stuff done, a lot of follow-ups, a lot of sales calls, and my brain is fried, but not fried enough to not miss a YouTube video. That's what we're talking about. So I'm about to go eat now. I haven't eaten all day, so I think that's, let's see here. Oh, another follow-up sale incoming. Yeah, we're going to go edit this video, go shopping. I need to go get some more underwear and shorts. I've been wearing the same underwear for about 4 days now. Then we're going to go to I think we're going to eat first, then shopping, then gym, then eat again, because I haven't eaten all day. I need some type of carbs for the gym. But yeah, that should be it. We popped a modafinil at 1 p.m., so we have a lot more day ahead of us. It's only 6 p.m. in 20 minutes, so we have about 8 more hours of productivity of life. So let's enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next video.